Good afternoon. I don't know how I'm going to follow Sarah. I guess that was amazing, wasn't it? It almost makes me feel like, what have I done with my life? You know, I've been helping people with Parkinson's for about 20 years, you guys. And today is an epitome of what I see when you get together. When you connect with someone, especially someone that has the same thing going on that you do, that's very powerful. Very powerful. Keep doing these things. Keep meeting each other. Talk to each other. Connect with each other. Get each other's phone numbers and go out to lunch. It's a big deal. It's one of the best things you can do. You know, I've been at this game a long time. I've helped lots and lots of people. And I look at Parkinson's, I think I'm just starting to figure it out. I think when you're diagnosed, I think you tend to go to a dark place. I think you get that diagnosis and all of a sudden you're saying, you know what, my life is over. You know, and you go to this dark place and depression, anxiety, stress, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? And then you go to the internet, and it's even worse. By the way, I don't have any bad news for you guys today. Did you know that? I've got no bad news. But I do have a story, and I think this story, I've never told this story in front of anyone before, so this is the first time. I met a couple 15 plus years ago. Tom, big tall guy, he was in his early 80s by the time I met him. And he had Parkinson's, and he had been diagnosed for, let's just say, 12 or 13 years, I think, something like that. He had been diagnosed for a little while. And I was teaching a group class in a Columbus city building, public building. So he comes in a wheelchair. And he joins our class. You know, our classes are all real friendly. Everyone said hi to him. And when they left, I met with them just for a few minutes. I said, come back. Just keep coming back. And they did. And they drove an hour plus. They lived in Chillicothe. That's about an hour away from Columbus. It took them an hour plus to get there. But they kept coming back in a wheelchair. And I could tell right away they were in that dark place. And this is 12 years after he was diagnosed. They're in a dark place. But they kept coming back. And one day, he walks into the class with a cane. No wheelchair. Now, she was pushing the wheelchair behind him, just in case. But weeks went by, and pretty soon, no wheelchair. So then they go, hey, Zitty, can we come see you one-on-one? I said, absolutely, you can. So they'd come see me 3 times a week. Can you believe that? 3 times a week, they drive an hour to come see me. And the fall comes and goes. He canceled a back surgery. Big, tall guy, had a bad back. Canceled his back surgery. And he goes, you know, I want to play golf again. Spring comes, and guess what Tom's doing? He's playing golf. And then they invite me down to Chillicothe. And what we did is we started a class down there. We started a class. They found an instructor, and we teach instructors, you guys. That's what we do for a living. And they started a program for other people. So not only did they get out of that darkness, but they greeted the dawn and they started helping other people. That's what you can do with this disease. I know that's just one story. I've got thousands of stories just like that. And you know how you do it? With a little bit of exercise and a little help from your friends. That should be a song title. Huh. Yeah, a little bit help from your friends. I'll tell you what, I'm here today. I want to get you up and moving a little bit. If you don't want to join us, that's fine, but maybe some of this will seep in anyways. You know, the brain's a fascinating organ. If you make two closed fists, go ahead and just make two closed fists real quick. That's the size of your brain. It's not very big, is it? No offense. It's really not that big. That's about the size of your brain. It's about 2 to 2.5% of your body weight, your brain. It takes 20% of your blood flow. 20% of your blood supply goes to this small organ. That's significant, gang. That's significant. If you talk about your brain health, you've got to talk about your heart health. If there's one thing that you can pick up from me today, it is working your heart. Okay? Now, do we have to do burpees and power jumps to do that? No. Matter of fact, most of the research in brain health, guess what they did? 20 minutes of walking. Come on, let's go for a little walk, can we? We'll be back in 20 minutes, Kathy. Is that okay? 20 minutes of walking. Now you're saying, you know what, walking's impossible for me. Okay, that's all right. Can you move for 20 minutes? Can you just move for 20 minutes? Right? And I'll bet you everybody in this room can do that. Right? In some form, shape, or another. Can move for 20 minutes. You know, because movement it's the key. Right? It's a movement disorder, by the way. So if we can move well, I don't know, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's all move for about a minute. I don't have a watch on me, so this is going to be just a rough guess, okay? Let's go about 60 seconds. Let me give you some ideas of what we can do. If you want to stay sitting down, let's just swing the arms, all right? You can swing them both at the same time. You can split swing them. If you want to stand up, just do a little marching in place. If you want to start walking around this place, you guys, I love chaos. I mean, chaos for me that's where I'm comfortable. So please get a little more chaotic for me. All right, here we go. 1 minute of just moving, whatever you want to do. Take a walk, do a little bit of marching, maybe some arm swings, right? Did you guys all get the imaginary jump rope I handed out earlier? Yeah, the imaginary jump rope. Everybody can do an imaginary jump rope, right? Can you hang on to something and jump? Sure. Absolutely. Whatever you're going to do, though, make sure it's safe, right? That's about 30 seconds down, 30 seconds to go. That's a big, tall drink of water. Does he belong to you? Wow. He's shrunk a bit? Who were you, like 6'10" at one point? For Pete's sake. How are we doing? You got a bad foot? Let's count down. That's about 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time. That's a minute, roughly, plus or minus. Okay, so we've all heard that exercise is great for us, right? And we all hear that. Okay, but you should be asking why. Why? Come on, you can ask me that. Why? Here's the deal. We've been doing this a long time. We've helped lots and lots of people all across the country with Parkinson's disease. And what we see with our eyes is nothing short of a miracle, you guys. We see symptoms change. All right? That's what we see with our eyes. And sometimes you're ahead of science. And that's where we've been for a long time. But guess what? Research is catching up to us now. And research is going, when you get your heart rate up, your brain releases all these great chemicals that protect your brain cells. Protect your brain cells. Anyone interested in protecting their brain cells? It's a very real thing. It happens when you exercise. It happens to everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You can protect brain cells. You know, Parkinson's is this disease of dopamine depletion. Your brain cells are dying. Do you want to protect the ones you have left? Amen to that. So why wouldn't you? Even if it's a low-level exercise, gang, it works. 100% accuracy. That's pretty good, isn't it? Guess what else happens in the brain? You're protecting brain cells. You're also growing new brain cells. Yes, science has shown that we grow new brain cells when we exercise. Anyone want to add to the dopamine storage? Come on, the line's right here. Come on. Why wouldn't you? Third thing that happens, at least in my book, this is the third thing that I think is important. You know, neurons are always trying to connect with each other. They want to connect. And that connection is improved and heightened. It's a sticky time for your brain to learn or relearn after you've exercised. Now you know everything I know. Period. You exercise first, and then you practice something you want to improve. That's how we do it. That's how we've been doing it for a long time, and that's how everybody gets better. Swear to God. It's fascinating. Matter of fact, you guys, this works so well that if you're doing exercise and the things that we want you to do, and you don't improve, we ask you to go get a second opinion because we don't think it's idiopathic Parkinson's disease. We think it's something else. And most of the time, we're correct. That's how effective exercise is for Parkinson's disease. And now you know why. When you get your heart rate up, there's a lot of blood going to the brain, and it's neuroprotective. It's neuroplastic. Okay? So what are we going to fill the brain with after we exercise? Well, I don't know. What's important to you? Is it walking? A lot of people like to practice balance, right? Is it your balance? How about something a little different today? Kathy invited me up here. She goes, you know, Ziddy, I want to do some brain and body stuff. I go, cool. We're doing that too. So why don't we do this? Let's just pretend all of us just got done with a really good bout of cardio. Let's just pretend that, okay? So we're all like, okay, I can talk to you, but it just takes me a couple breaths to do it, okay? It's not this. I'm not asking for this. It's not that. It's just difficult to say a sentence after you've exercised. Everybody can get there. I've seen it, okay? Let's just pretend we just got there. All right, so there's a lot of blood in the brain. Our brain's kind of blossoming, and it's ready for picking up stuff. So let's do a little brain work. Let's go one palm up, one palm down. So just look at your hands. Make sure you've got one up, one down. And we're going to flip over and back. So you always have one up, one down. Over and back. And we're just going to do it slow. Over and back. Over. Now, I need someone to be the boss today. I'm going to put you in charge. I mean, if you can control him, you should be she's a good boss, right? All right, which hand are we on? Just say right or left. Okay, so when the right, what's your name? Linda. Linda goes, and she's the boss, gang. When Linda goes, the right palm is up, we're going to count up by twos. Right palm. So my right palm's up, I'm going to go 2. No. 4. Just the right palm. 6. Slow it down. Don't go fast on me. 8. I know what you're saying. Uncle Ziddy, this is so easy. Not for long. Yep. Slow it down. 16. 18. 20. Okay, so let's add a layer to this. The right palm counts up by 2s. We were at 20. The left palm is up. We're going to count down single digits. We're going to start at 30. Let me just give you an example. So here I am, 20, 30, 22, 29. I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes when you're just figured this out. 24, 28. The right palm counts up, left palm's counting down. Go ahead, keep going. 27, 28, 26. Did you guys get that? Yep. How come it's so quiet in here? Can we add another layer to this? Oh, yeah. You didn't think I came all the way from Columbus just to give you some easy stuff. All right, so let's maybe do some high knees. Or, if you want to, come on up and just walk a little bit. Go slow. Just go slow. So here I am. Let's just say I was at what, 28? Where were we at? 23? 30? 22? Are the knees going? Anyone doing high knees? Oh my gosh, it even got quiet. We could hear a pin drop right now. Why? Why is that so hard? It's called dual tasking, gang. It's multitasking. And it's tough. It's hard to do a few things at the same time, especially when you have a brain problem, like Parkinson's disease. You know, we always say, this is in very easy terms, is that the part of the brain that's affected by Parkinson's is your organizer. See? So like sometimes it's hard to walk and talk, right? Very understandable. If you understand the dopamine depletion and what dopamine does, dopamine is this great neurotransmitter, and it does lots of things for us, right? It helps us move. It gives us emotions. It probably does. I think dopamine is one of these things that we just don't know enough about. It's one of these big hitters, right? It does lots of things for us. That's the part of the brain that's having problems. So it's perfectly normal to go, you know what? My walk isn't very good, and I'm not able to talk to you at the same time. Understandable. But let me ask you a question. Do you think doing this drill that we just did, one palm up, one palm down, counting up, counting down, maybe doing some high knees, maybe not. Do you think if you practice something like that for 2 minutes a day for the next 30 days, do you think you'd have better multitasking skills? Yes or no? Come on, don't just tell me what I want to hear. Think about it. What's your gut feeling say? If I practiced this for 2 minutes a day for the next 30 days, would you be better in a month of doing multitasking or doing something like that? Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. So what if you did it right after you exercised a little bit? Oh, even more improvement, see? Even more improvement. I'll tell you what, let's do a classic interval. And you know what we found, Jackie and I, we've exercised thousands of people, tens of thousands of people. At one point, we had classes in 30 states. We had about 1,000 classes, and we think we were helping about 100,000 people every year get better with Parkinson's. So when I say something, it's not because of one or two people. It's because of tens of thousands of people, you know? And I'll prove that to you in a minute. I'll prove it to you. All right, that this works. I'll prove it. And that I'm not full of hot air. And I got a lot of hot air. Where was I going? I just lost my train of thought. So the thing is, let's do a classic interval training. So what we found to be even better than that 20-minute walk, which you can do, that's a great way to do it. But what we found even works better is where you exercise intensely for 20 seconds, and then take a break for 20 seconds. Classic interval training. Athletes have been doing this for a long time. This is nothing new. But now we're bringing it to you. So let's try to get through 3 of these. So it'll be a minute of work total, but it's going to be spread over 2 minutes. You guys ready? I don't care what you do, just be safe. Because what's the purpose of this next 2 minutes? It's to get your heart rate up. Is it to get balance training? No, it's to get your heart rate up. It's the sole purpose of getting your heart rate up. So cardiovascular exercise should never be dangerous, ever. Got it? So that means you get on your exercise bike, you get on your treadmill, you go for a walk. I'll tell you, let me show you one quick and dirty thing that we can do. Did you guys say hi to my beautiful wife, Tony? She's super. So I'm going to take Tony for a little walk, and what I'm going to do is we're doing an arm wrestling grip. You see the arm wrestling grip? And I'm going to grab her elbow, and I'm just going to say, sweetie, come on, follow me around. And she's going to follow me anywhere I want to go. Right? So this is a nice way to do this, gang. This is kind of a poor man's treadmill. So I can lead her a little bit faster than what she's used to going. You can do that right now. So if you've brought someone with you, or if you came with someone, try it. We call it partner walking, forced walking, whatever you want to call it. But it's really safe. And is there a connection with someone? Come on, help me out here. Of course there is. Yeah. Anytime you can hold someone's hand, isn't that a nice thing? Yeah. Come on, guys. Get her done. Okay, so let's go 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. And since I don't have a clock, this is going to be rough. Actually, sweetie, can I have my phone? Okay, get ready to go. Here we go. You know, the thing is, you know, what I want you to do, when you walk out of here today, I want you to have some tools in your toolbox to know how to do this. Okay, to know how to do this. Will you walk around and just help everyone with their grips? Okay, here we go. Let's go. 20 seconds on. You got it. Yep, we're going to go right here. Okay. Now take them. Yep, you got it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Perfect. Perfect. 18, 19, 20. Take a break. All right, so that was 20 seconds of work. We're going to do 20 seconds of rest. And now we're going to do another one. Look how much downtime I'm giving you guys. Wow, I must really love you. Here we go. Let's go. Hit it. 20 seconds. Go. Get her done. Get her done. Isn't that wonderful? I love this forced walk. I love it. It's wonderful. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Are you leading him or is he leading you? 3, 2, 1, 0. That's time. Take a break. All right, you got one more. What's the purpose? Get your heart rate up. Enough that it's just difficult to say a full sentence, right? Just get me out of breath a little bit. Just a little bit out of breath. Okay, we're going to start back in 5. This is the last one. Last 20 seconds. And here we go. Hit it. Looking good, looking good. Halfway. Home stretch. Here's 3, 2, 1, 0. That's your time. All right, now don't worry if you didn't get there today, but now at least you have an inkling about what you can do, okay? About what you can do.
Some people laugh.
They took off. I can't blame them. Okay. Come on back. All right, so we know dual tasking helps you with multiple things, right? But what, at the end of the day, why, I love teaching people dual tasking. I love it. Because it does a couple really important things, I think. One, it puts you back in the driver's seat. So if you're sitting there going, I feel I'm out of control. This Parkinson's thing has got me and I'm just not in control anymore. Okay, well, when you can count up on your right hand by 2s and down on your left hand by 1s, and you do that, guess what you're teaching your brain? Control. And it works beautifully. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a great way to fight this thing. Okay? And after you exercise, it's even more impressive, okay? The changes are more impressive. It's not the only time to do that, though, right? We understand that? It's the best time. But let's say you go, I wake up this morning, I don't feel that good, but I want to do some brain work. Great, go ahead, do it. Super. No problem. The other thing that we found, and this is just so cool, it's the neatest thing. It helps your short-term memory. I think we are the only gym in America that are training people with dementia. I think. I don't know of any other gym in the United States that's training people with dementia. We're doing it. And we have lots of people coming in. Guess what we're doing with them? 22, 59, 24, 50. That's what we're doing with them. What I just showed you. It improves your short-term memory. I think we're going to find that this type of exercise is as effective for dementia, Alzheimer's being the big one, as it is for Parkinson's. I think that's what we're going to see. Isn't that cool? I mean, is anyone worried about your memory? Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let me show you one more. So we just kind of got our heart rates up. Let's do one more thing, and we love series. We call these series. We want to think about things in a certain order, and that's really good for the brain. Okay? So we're going to say the words as we do the movement. We're going to go up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Okay? So we're going to go, let's do the words. Here we go. Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Here we go.
Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap.
And again.
Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap.
And guess what that's doing for you? Pretty much the same thing as the other one. When we talk about dementia, we talk about executive functioning, executive thought patterns. So I lose my keys. I've lost them again. Right? Actually fairly normal. That's right. I had them yesterday. And I put them, I think I have them in the kitchen because I was bringing in groceries. That's executive functioning. Being able to think about, okay, what are the steps that I need to take to remember where something is or to remember something? Here's what we have a problem with. I've lost my keys. No idea. Blank. Totally blank. None. Can't even remember when I saw them last, can't remember anything. That's the kind of stuff where we like this kind of thing. Because you can start getting things back. We've seen it. I got a guy who was going to go to memory care. He was ready for memory care. They moved into an assisted living home, and he was going to move into memory care. Guess what his neurologist told him? It was about a month ago. See you next year. Don't need to see you for another year. Didn't even give him any kind of memory test. Gang, it worked. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? This silly little thing. Can we do it again? Okay, hit it, go.
Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap.
Faster. Shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Okay, let's add a couple more things. Okay, so we're going to go up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Right, left, right. That's important that you do it that way. Here we go. Up, shoulders, knees, cross, knees, snap. Right, left, right. It's right, left, right. I'm talking to you. You. All right, the next time, let's go left, right, left. Here we go. Up, shoulders, knees cross, knees snap, left, right, left. Now, what do you think we're going to do next time? Right, left, right. Yeah, so every time you alternate the lead foot. Ready? Up, shoulders, knees cross, knees snap, right, left, right. Up, shoulders, knees cross, knees snap, left, right, left. Keep going. Last time. You know, I think we could go build a house in a day. All of us right now. I mean, that was like really good. You guys were all in the same everything. Perfect. Does this stuff make sense to you? Is it hard? How many more things could you add to that? Oh, yeah, you could add all kinds of stuff. Clap, clap, clap. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. Be creative. Don't get stuck with just the things I'm teaching you today. Run with it. Come online with us. You know, we got this great class. I do want to tell you about it. I have to tell you about it. We've got this great class. We teach 4 times a week live. We've got hundreds of classes stockpiled for you. You can do them anytime you want. Anytime. Try us out for 2 weeks free. 2 weeks free. Come on board. It's on Zoom. We use Zoom platforms. So if you ever used Zoom, then you'll be familiar with how we do things. But Jackie teaches 2 brain memory classes every week. I teach 2 Parkinson's classes every week. See us live. You'll see all kinds of stuff like this. All kinds of stuff like this. All right, I told you I was going to do something that proves that I'm just not full of hot air, right? Because you might hear someone go, oh yeah, this is going to work for you, and you're just saying, no, that's not going to work for me. Can everyone smile here? Give me a big smile. Come on. Well, you're married to Linda. You should be smiling all the time, right? Have you guys been to the internet and seen symptom lists of Parkinson's? What's on every single Parkinson's symptom list? Masked appearance, no facial expression, right? Can't smile. All right, look at the other person across from you. Smile again. Just do that for me, just for a sec. Is everyone smiling in this room? Everyone. Come on. Everyone is. So why is that on the symptom list? Why? Gang, come on. How many people are here that have Parkinson's disease? Come on. I mean, and how many of you smiled? See, that's Parkinson's. It's an incredibly long, slow disease. You don't know you had it until you've had it for years and years and years. In my opinion, I think you've had it for at least 20 years minimum before you have your first symptom. Minimum. How many bad habits can you get in 20 years? A couple? Because that's Parkinson's. It's this thing that starts when you're younger, and you start losing dopamine cells slowly. You don't even know you have it until someone that hasn't seen you in a while, they go, what's happened to you? You're like, nothing. Well, how come you're not swinging your arm? How come you don't smile anymore? Do you know how many couples have said, I've heard this, they go, I smile all the time. And their spouse goes, boom, you don't smile ever. You don't even know it's happening. Dopamine does a lot of things for us, gang. Lots. It's taking your smile away from you. How do you get it back? Maybe you're saying, hey, I don't really care if I smile. I've had some people tell me that. Smile's not that important to me. That's okay. Then don't do it. But what if smiling is important to you? How do you get it back? Come on, I gave you the toolbox. All right, let's exercise a little bit, right? And then let's practice smiling. If you're one of those people who say, you know what, I smile all the time, and your spouse goes, you're never smiling. Are you one of those people? Probably, yeah. Don't worry, we are all in the same boat. So, smile big for me just one more time. Now close your eyes and think about what it feels like to smile. Come on. What do your cheeks feel like? What do your lips feel like? Is there air on your teeth? In your gut, what's this feel like to smile? Come on, smile big cheesy smile. What's that feel like? Because if you haven't smiled in a long time, you might not even know what it feels like to smile. Just take another few seconds. That's what it feels like to smile, gang. So if you feel normal, you're probably not smiling. And what are you giving off when you're not smiling? What are you giving off? What are you telling the world? Hey, stay away from me, dude. I don't want any part of you. Right? You know, a short story about my mom. My mom, my lovely mom, she's 88 years old. She's about this skinny. She's strong because she comes to see me twice a week. She's a lovely person. And she's in the grocery store. I kid you not, this is what she goes. An old guy was behind me. I go, well, Mom, how old was he? You're 88, you know. No kidding. She goes, this old guy was behind me, and he looked sad, so I smiled at him. My mom has a beautiful smile. I love my mom. She smiled at him, and he smiled back and said, thank you. No one's done that to me in a long time. Is that powerful? I mean, that's the type of thing you go, oh my gosh, you know, what are you giving off to the world? And then what are you getting back? You know, I wanted to spend a couple minutes on communication, because how are you getting along with people right now? How are you communicating? Are you smiling? Or you're not smiling? Are you able to be heard? Can someone hear you? Another thing on the symptom list is soft voice, right? Right. And I'll bet you, if I asked you to yell, everyone in this room could actually yell. Go Bucks! I-O! Okay, so this is the deal. We take big steps, we're yelling, we're singing, and yet guess what? You go home and what happens? Can't hear you. I can't, you know, I have a good friend from California. He got divorced. He was 75 years old. And part of that reason is because his wife was so frustrated with him that she couldn't hear him. And she thought he was being lazy. Honest to God, sad. Absolutely heartbreaking. Gang, voice is like everything else in the Parkinson's world. It's become your habit. I tell you, prove me wrong. I don't care what you yell, but I want to put your hands near your mouth, and I want you to yell as loud as you can. Go. Hit it. Okay, so if you talked that loud to your spouse, if you have a spouse here or a care partner, right? Care partner spouses, if they talk that loud to you, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Come on, let me have it. Good or bad? Good. Oh, good. Shocking. You guys, I've been at this a long time. I've helped lots of people. You know that. Bitterness keeps you from flying. And bitterness in a relationship is hard. I've been there. Don't do it. I think the group of people that you have around you, I think everyone has about 10 people around you, plus or minus, give or take. But you've got some people around you that love you and will support you through thick and thin. What does that mean to you? Does that mean, hey, you know what? I'm going to start smiling more because I love these people too. And I want to show them that I care about them. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Are you going to start talking louder to these folks because you want to show them that you love them and you care about them? Easier said than done. But where are you going to start? Where are you going to start? How are you going to get out of this darkness? Because if you're sitting here right now with no hope and you're going, I don't know where to go, start doing a little bit of exercise every day, just a little bit, 2 minutes, what we just did, 20 on, 20 off. I know you're going to say that is bullshit. Can I say that? It's not. It's empowering. It'll put you back in the driver's seat. I've seen it way too many times. It works. That's how you start this. That's how you get to the dawn of the next day. Like Tom and his lovely wife. They figured it out. You know, he came in a wheelchair. She was doing everything for him, and Nancy is an excellent, excellent wife. He's long past. He was 80-something, 82 or 83 years old. This is 15 years ago. She was an excellent person. But I got to tell you, she was worn out. And she had more energy and more strength than anyone I've ever met. But they figured it out. They just kept coming back to class. They started exercising. He was golfing. Probably not well, but he was golfing. He was out of the chair. He used a cane the rest of his life. They helped other people. You guys, the dawn is right over there. It is reachable. It is just right there. You just want to want it. And you got to figure out the whys. Why am I going to do this? Because I love my wife. Because I love my husband. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. Maybe you're saying, I want to golf again. It's been 10 years since I picked up a golf club. Okay, well, who's telling you can't do it? I want to be able to walk. I want to take care of myself. All great goals. Write it down tonight. Go home and write down what you want. And then tomorrow, start with 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and do it 3 times. I guarantee you will feel better, and whoever you're around is going to thank you, and they're going to go, I'm with you. I'm with you. That's how you fight this disease. And it works. 100% of the time, you will live better. Yep. And if you don't, just call me. Swear to God, I'll give everyone my mobile. I give everyone my phone number. I'm very easy to get a hold of. I'm very easy to get a hold of. I like to make myself available to everyone because this is important stuff. This is important stuff. This is life. You know, it's happening right now, and you got to get out there and grab it. You can do this. Thanks so much for having me. I always love coming to Cleveland. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sure, I'll take any questions you got, yeah. My what? My web address is totalhealthworks.com. I've got flyers right here. I'm happy to hand you one, and please come join us. You guys, it's free. Just come join us for a couple weeks. If you like us, join up. Do you know we have sponsorships? If you can't afford this, you just talk to us and we'll get you on anyways. All right? There's no reason why you shouldn't do it. And by the way, all these vendors out here and in Power, reach out to them. They are wonderful people. You know, I've been coming to Cleveland for I don't know how many years now, 15 years? Every year I come. Wonderful people up here. You have a great support team up here. Reach out to someone. How about the person across the table from you? Gang, when you are connected with other people, you will be way more successful. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. What else you got? Anything? There's no questions? You want me to shut up by now, don't you? Yeah.
Can Like he'll just freeze up all of a sudden. And
Okay, so any suggestions for freezing? We've got lots of stuff for freezing. You know, freezing is this interesting thing. You can't move. Everyone knows what freezing is, right? I can't move, right? But it's also I can't stop. This is freezing, gang. It's a loss of control. It's a loss of control. Now, I already said this one kind of puts you back in control, but there's a bunch of things. Let me give you one, my favorite break or freeze trick. The first thing you have to do to break or freeze, you have to relax. Okay? So the easiest way to relax that I know of is to relax your jaw. Everyone try that right now. Just relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Did that help relax your whole body? Okay, so that's the first thing we got to do. We got to relax, and then we're going to ask our body to move. But we're going to use a different pathway. That pathway that's freezing, man, it is ingrained, isn't it? I mean, it's working really good, isn't it? You know, the brain's a busy organ, and so it creates habits. You've heard the phrase, we're habit-driven creatures. The brain's just doing its job, gang. It's too busy to relearn things every single day. We're habit-driven creatures. Walking is a habit. So is freezing. If I'm freezing a lot, we've got to take a different pathway out of the brain. So what we're going to do is we're going to relax your jaw. Are you ready for this? And you're going to count big, loud steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and try it. You can try it right now. Big, loud steps to break or freeze. Because it takes a different pathway. That gate is down on that pathway of the freezing pathway. It's down, and we're going to take a different path to get out of that. Now, what's the most important thing about this? You have to practice it when you don't need it. Practice breaking a freeze when you don't need it. Because, okay, here it is. Freezing's akin to shooting a basketball. So, we just got through the NCAAs, right? So, here I am in a game, and I'm shooting a free throw. And I have not practiced at all. Is that pretty silly? No, seriously. I'm in a game, and I'm going to shoot a free throw, but I haven't practiced any free throws. Is that stupid or what? Yeah, you'd be like, you're crazy. Okay, why are you going to practice breaking a freeze? The only time is when you actually need it. You're not. You're going to practice these things when you don't need it. So when you need it, guess what? It's there. It's there. So you're going to practice relax and count your steps. And then you're going to stop and you're going to relax and you're going to count your steps. And the best time to do that is after you've exercised. I'm coming back tomorrow. You know, this is years ago. I mean, this is probably 10 or 12 years ago. I get a call from a woman. She's up in Cleveland somewhere. And I don't know her. I've never met her. She goes, my husband can't get out of bed. And I go, okay, how old is he? How long has he had Parkinson's? And I'm talking to her. I'm trying to figure her out. I'm on the phone. And I go, can he walk? And she goes, yeah, he's a great walker. I go, okay. And we start talking again. And I go, can he jump? And she goes, actually, he can jump. I go, okay, here's what I want you to do. In the middle of the day, when he's fully clothed and he feels good, I want you to jump him for 20 seconds and then relax for 20. Jump him for 20, relax for 20, jump him for 20, until he's a little bit out of breath. Give him a glass of water, and then have him get into bed and out of bed as fast as he can, and tell him you're going to time him. And do that 5 to 10 times every day. And I said, will you please call me when this works? Was it days, weeks, months later? She did call me. Come on, days, weeks, or months? 2 days later, she calls me and she goes, my husband's getting out of bed, no problem. Miracle? No. If you understand the disease, it's a long-term disease. Your brain has just put habits in place. The slower I get out of bed every day, the brain goes, great, we'll get good at this. Well, whether you're conscious of it or not, your voice volume has gone down, your smile has gone, your steps have gotten smaller, and whether you're conscious of it or not, your brain knows exactly what's going on. And it's created habits. Can everybody in this room break a habit? Come on, yes or no? Give it to me. Of course you can. Does it take some time and work? Sure it does. But will it work? Yes, all the time. Yep. Freezing is one of the easiest things for me to fix, by the way. Yep. Guess what the most difficult thing is to work on? Your voice volume. It is incredibly hard. You know, if you're a big walker, you walk 5,000 to 10,000 steps every day, right? If you're a talker, I mean, I talk, right? 15,000 words a day. When have you ever practiced anything 15,000 times? When have you ever practiced something 5,000 times? It's your gait, gang. Every time you step, you're practicing your walk. Every time you speak, you're practicing your voice. This is just my opinion. You got to change something. You got to change something. Put exercise into your life. That's the change, right? That's a great change. You know, how are you going to affect those 10 people around you in a year from now? If you do nothing at all, are those relationships going to be improved or not? I don't know. What if you put some exercise into your life? A year from now, do you think those relationships are going to be improved or worse? I would think so. I would think so. Does anyone else have a question? Yeah, shoot.
What would you suggest to do about rhythm, loss of rhythm? Loss of rhythm.
Could you say that again?
Loss of rhythm, like for dancing.
Loss of rhythm for dancing?
Yes.
Are you kidding? You got one of the best dance teachers ever. Fred, do you know Fred? Yeah. So let me answer this a little bit different way. So like, I have a lot of people that jump. And by the way, jumping is a great way to get your heart rate up. It's absolutely safe. I've never had anyone fall jumping, ever. Because you're hanging on to something or someone else, okay? And you might say, I've got a bad knee or something. You can jump for short periods of time. As long as it doesn't hurt you, do it. So this is I don't know if this is a good answer or not, but I've got a lot of people who jump and then they lose their rhythm. So this is how I get them back into rhythm. Out and in, one time. It's one move though. Out and in, one. Out and in. They get their rhythm back. With dancing, I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it, Fred. But the floor is yours.
Sure. It would certainly be a good thing to try. Just the rhythm, the pattern of doing it repetitive like that in a sequence, regular timing.
Yep.
Good idea.
Yeah, thank you. And we only do one at a time at the beginning, and then you get to a point where you can go, okay, maybe I can do a couple of these in a row. Okay, that's how I would start you back. Yeah.
Any exercises to promote straight posture?
Love it. So, you know, anytime you put your hand over your head, it's really hard to have bad posture. I want to answer this really quick and dirty, though. So if I go for a walk, you guys want to try this? How much time? You just have to kick me out when you're ready, okay? Okay, 5 more minutes. Let's try this. If you want to go for a walk or sit on the edge of your chair and put an arm over your head, do it. Just try it. Try it. We can go for a little walk. Remember, chaos is good, gang. We love chaos. Okay? So I put a hand over my head and I go for a walk. It's really hard not to have good posture when you do that. Okay? I can switch hands and do the same thing on the other side. Could I put a small weight in my arm or in my hand? For sure. Just as long as your arm's straight. We want your arm straight. And then go for a walk. Now, bonus, excuse me, if you're really good at this, try some big steps forward. And then when you're safe and you feel good, try some steps backwards. We're never in a hurry going backwards, okay? I try to answer this just as fast as I can because I want to give you a tool. So that's a tool. I use it almost every day at my gym. I mean, literally every day. And that covers so much. It helps the spine, and it's better for your posture, okay? Obviously, there's a lot more to that. And, I could give you 10 more exercises for posture, but I like that one. It's safe. It's effective. If you're going to sit down, make sure you're sitting on the edge of your seat. I don't want you to lean against the back of your chair and then reach up, and hold. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Posture is a big deal. Another good, well, I really can't show you, but if you lay down on the floor with your legs up on a chair, palms up. I love that for posture. If you can get to the floor or even to your bed, get your legs up. Palms up. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's good to see everyone. Good to see everybody.